Hi, everybody. My name is Phyllis Y. Whitley. If you have been spiritually victimized or traumatized, welcome to Spiritology Live, where I bring my #1 Amazon bestseller book to life. Each episode will be a raw, spiritual, metaphysical, and holistic space of consciousness for self-healing. As you learn how to break your religious shackles, so you can manifest and master your promised land within today. Let's go. Well, everyone, this has been a very, very long week. I got so much stuff that I am doing, but you don't want to know what I'm doing. You probably do. I'm keeping things in line. I'm clearing the clutter so I can go ahead and bring you some great dessert out of my book. By now, I do know that many of you have let me know that you have ordered my book. Thank you for ordering Spiritology. It is available on Amazon for those of you who have not done so or is new to my podcast. Today, what we are going to do, first, I'm going to recap on everything that we have done. If you have not heard me before, please go back and look at my podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, Red Circle. It's on several places. Just go look. It's on Amazon, Google. Please find it. From there on, you will start seeing a major difference in your life. I get so many testimonies on people saying, oh my goodness, my life have changed. Even in just coming to me and talking to me in consultation. Some of the things that I'm telling, well, most of the stuff that I'm telling you is dessert from my book. I am here for a life changing for not only me, but for you, because as I am blessed, you are blessed, and then you can go ahead and bless others. So what are we going to talk about today? Let's get right to it. I'm going to discuss who life play have you put your trust in? Yes, yes, yes. What do I mean? Someone was in your ear gate. Something was in your ear gate. Somebody was in your ear gate or eye gate or your 5 senses. And what do I mean by that? Look at your life at this point now. Look at it and ask yourself the question that I just asked you. You might say, what do you mean, Miss P? Because I've been playing my own life. First of all, you probably say, I didn't even know my life was a play. It is a play. It is like a movie. You have control over your play, your movie. You do have control. You probably don't know this. Now, I will say, as a young child coming into this world, your father, your mother, both of them are running your play. If it's good, that's good. But if it's not, that's why you see so many children, by the time they become teenagers, they are messed up from the floor up. What can you do? Even as a young child, pray. Touch the spiritual world and bless your parents that they may see the light and the truth. And I'm talking about going through life to be the best person that you can be, to live in your promised land, not to wait until you die, not to wait until you reach paradise because you went around and killed people. Yes, people are doing that. Religious people. They don't even know that God is going to reward you anyway. I don't want to hear about God. I don't want to hear about God. Well, then it's time for you to turn off this particular podcast and keep on moving, because you might not say God, whatever it is, supreme glory or whatever you want to call him, just make it good. Something else is dictating what's going on out there, the universe, one God. You probably don't believe it, but I tell you what, show me how you can get to the sun. Could you turn the moon around? No. Can you go into the ocean and bring it back? Bring me a teaspoon of the ocean back. I want you to go deep in the ocean without a boat. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is serious. I may joke about it because a lot of people, it's like, I never thought about that. I want those curious, conscious minds that say, hey, wait a minute. I never looked at it that way. But so what I'm going to do, I want you to stop. I want you to stop right now and say to yourself, who is dictating, or should I say, what spells have you allowed people, places, and things to dictate your life play? Oh my goodness. That one is deep. Now I got your attention, right? Do I got your attention? I hope I got your attention. So let's go forth. I'm going to go ahead and get a scripture because a lot of people say, well, where was that in the Bible? Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against power, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yes, I said it. Ephesians 6:12, King James Version. Yes, that is in the Bible. We are wrestling night and day, not on a physical level, on a spiritual level. You can't see it. That's why the book is called Spiritology. This is not about ghosts and warlocks. This is about the spiritual realm. You know it. You feel it. You ever went to somebody's house and you just say, ooh. You ever met somebody and you say, You understand what I'm saying? Something is going on that you can't see with the naked eye. But in order to go into your spirit, you have these 5 senses. And that's why I said earlier, who did you let go into these senses? Let's go ahead and look at some of the things that I definitely have explained before, but we're going to go over again. Now, before we have talked about the different places or quarters where I feel like wolves are living, the shackles, the bondage, people, places, and things that put you in that point. Because, see, they control your life play. They control it. They dictate it. Think about Broadway and think about, on there, what is it going to say? Most people don't see what it's going to say until, unfortunately, they exit. Is it going to say, I did it my way? Like Frank Sinatra, he did it his way. Or is it going to say, so and so and so stopped me, but I couldn't because? Is it going to say, but wait a minute? And then when you look at your name, is it going to be question mark? See, your name should be there because that means that you are leaving or left a legacy. You understand what I'm saying? Your play should be controlled by you. Are you letting political? Are you so into politics that you don't even know how to turn to the left, turn to the right, and everything that politician says or don't do, you feel, oh, I'm doomed. Oh, I'm doomed because they didn't pass this bill. I'm doomed because they're not going to help us. Are you relying on a politician to get up there and choose for you what your play is going to be? Something to think about. How about education? Well, you might say, Miss P, what do you mean by education? Well, first of all, let's do this. Are you getting any education? Are you specializing in something? Or are you letting your mind stay idle? You want to digest that? That determines how your life play is going to just carry out. That determines how far you go into your promised land. No, I'm not saying everybody have to be educated. Some people are not college material, and I teach this. But you know what? You can specialize in something. And I believe Napoleon Hill's covered that. And also Outwitting the Devil, I believe, by Napoleon Hill. Excellent book. And that particular book just lets you know whether you believe it or not. It gave you some information, secret information about this spiritual war that we got going on. In society, you will find it in all of these places that I said are wolves' quarters in my book. What's happening and would happen. Those spirits don't want you to go out there and get education. That's one of the reasons why the Black culture suffered so much and still suffering, because everything was taken from us. It's a reason that we were not allowed The slave owners did not allow us to read. Okay, Miss P, you going in another direction. No, I'm not. Listen, you can't know your future or who you are until you know your past. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a slavery mentality that is still going in generation where people still are not going to get education for themselves and also for their kids. Your children, so I don't even know what to say. In this day and time, children are so confused because we have allowed them to come into arena of making decisions. They are too young to make decisions about who am I going to sleep with? Who am I going to be today? I am Johnny today, but I want to be Kathy tomorrow. I'm Raheen today, but I believe that I want to be Tamika tomorrow. Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't have to allow our kids, you understand, that much freedom that literally they are confused where they should really just be confused about, am I taking math, double math, algebra? You understand what I'm saying? This even goes to your kids. This goes to you. So many of y'all have too much time on your hands. And that's one of the things that in one of those books that I was discussing, mentioned earlier, they were saying this, Napoleon Hills was setting up and he was speaking supposedly to the enemy, to the devil. And the devil was actually saying, people are in idle. He wants you to be an idle. He wants your mind to be idle. You know what they say? An idle mind is the devil playground. So what I'm saying to you, you and your kids should not be idle. You should not be sitting there. You say you don't know what you're talking about because I'm not rich. I can't do this. You can do a lot of things. It is so much stuff out there that's free. And let me tell you something. The library, last time I checked, was free. If you are in the position as a single mother, I've been there. There are so much programs for you to get through school. You don't have to go get a college degree, but you should and you better, or should I say you better specialize in something if you want to be someone. That's what's going on today in the pandemic. So many people was leaning on one thing. Some people say, I'm not going to learn nothing. Boom. And when brick and mortar closed down, it's unfortunately a lot of people suffer. A lot of people are still suffering because they didn't have a plan B, C, or D. Go get all the specialization that you want. If you're not college material, thank God for the military. You can go to cosmetology school. It is 100 things you can do. Auto mechanic. Last time I looked, even the colleges have different things that's not, you don't even have to pay for, or you pay little. Other words, what I'm saying to you, you have no excuse in the education world. Why do you need to know education? Because you need to know what's going on. You need to be able to have a conversation with anybody and anyone. You need to know what's going on in the world. Not so you can become the world, but so you can control your world. You want me to say that again? You want to control your world? You better know what's out there in the world. You better know about all those wickedness in the spiritual realm. No, you don't have to go and pick up something like that. How do you know? You got to go and get the manuscript. The Bible will tell you and cover everything you need to know. Well, I don't really want to read the whole Bible. Go to Proverbs. You need to know who you think is controlling everything. You got to know. You got to know. I don't even want to go ahead and tell you how much you need to know. Well, with that being said, how about the music industry? There's nothing wrong with listening to music, but are you listening to music 24 hours a day? How about gaming? Gaming is fun. I mean, I really want to get into it. But are you listening to the gaming? Is your child in the room 7-8 hours a day doing gaming? Are they learning something from it? Now, gaming can be good because you can learn how to build. You can learn all kind of strategic stuff. I think it's complex and it can work with certain parts of your mind. But is that controlling your son? Is that controlling you? Listen, is it controlling your daughter? It could be controlling you. It is grown people that sit at the board that got computers for gaming. Now, I'm not telling them that they don't need to do it. If you that good in gaming, go make some games. Use those areas and become an entrepreneur. So I'm not knocking that. Just like music. Well, I don't really feel there's a lot of good music out there. Well, then go make some music. Well, go write some music. It is ways that you can turn around and have your play saying, I did it my way. I lived in the promised land. And then you have your name in capital letters because you shouting to the world. Look at me. This is the purpose of me talking about this. You have control of your life play or movie, whatever you want to call it. It's so many other things. Media, online social media. Are you so wrapped up in online social media that you are just there to find out the gossip, find out what the stars are doing? Okay, if you want to come out and play sometime and you do that, there's nothing wrong with that. But do you understand when you keep your mind idle, your elevator button is not going to move. Think about it. Go in the elevator of life and you don't press no buttons, you're not going nowhere. Go in the elevator of life and you have all these things, the music, politicians, all of that controlling your life. They are punching a button and telling you what floor you need to get off. Stop it. And the other thing that we're going to talk about, number one thing that we're going to talk about, I'm going to leave you with some things and some of these questions that I want you to do. I want you to answer. I want you to do some soul searching. What lies have you believed about yourself? What industry, like I said, have you allowed to rob your ear gates and eye gates? Is it the commercials that tell you, you have to be sick? Everybody, it's all right that everybody is taking medication. Is it the commercials that's saying to you, it's all right to be in poverty? Everybody's going through this. Whatever it is, what I want you to do is I want you to know that it's an illusion. It's an illusion to keep you in lack and limitation. And when I went back to slavery mentality, I was going back in reference to letting you know we are not enslaved now. I know you're going to say, oh, well, I don't know why you went back there. No, you know why I went back there? To know so you can understand how your ancestors, if you are a Black American person, do you understand your ancestors fought hard for you to be able to read a book? And it's shameful. It's shameful that I know so many people that refuse to pick up a book, refuse to have one book sitting in their living room. They don't even have the Bible, and if they do, they don't even know what you're talking about. They may know Psalms 23, and that's it. I'll say it again. They may have a Bible, but they don't know anything in that Bible but maybe Psalms 23 because mom or grandmother said it. What am I getting at? What I'm getting at is you have to stop what you're doing. If you don't like your play, if you don't like your movie, I need you to go ahead and stop. I need you to say, hey, wait a minute. Answer these questions I have gave you earlier. Ask yourself, you can do anything that you want to if you put your mind to it. What I'm going to say is, I need you to take heed to today and use some of these things that's out here, the system and everything, to literally keep you where you at. Use it to your advantage. Okay? Go start reading books. If you into gaming and the media and social media, become an influencer. Let the social media give you money, pay you money for knowing how to use it right. It is no excuse of what you can do now, today. I'm going to leave it with this, with Jim Rohn. Excellent, excellent speaker. His quote says, discipline has within its potential for creating future miracles. Did y'all hear that? Do you know what I'm talking about here? Probably not. Discipline has everything to do with your play. If a play is out of order, then your life is out of order. We're going to continue this because there's so much that I can touch basis on this. But right now, we're going to say, thank you for coming into my space. Now, go get your promised land. please share on social media platforms because you know I don't know who you know. Leave a wonderful review, leave a testimony so others can reap the harvest too. And don't miss the opportunity to order my book, Spiritology is on Amazon. What is new? Still, Ask Jalen. Wonderful book. Matter of fact, people are helping with this particular book, and we thank God for Jalen's mother and Jalen for advertising it. Now we have t-shirts. We have other things that's going to be actually made from that particular book. You can still go ahead and order the book, and you still can make a difference because you know what? April is Autism Awareness. So please go forth and not only learn about this particular label and help those that need you to help them to understand their role as a mother or father who has an autistic boy or girl. In Ask Jalen, we not only deal with the fact that he's a teenager that has been labeled autistic, we deal with being bullied. Let this be a month that you look at and say, hey, I'm going to stop the bullying. Go get my t-shirts, start wearing them, and make a difference. You always wanted to make a difference. Now is the time to make a difference. And at the end, remember, if loving yourself is right, you don't want to be wrong.